Hey, what's happening? It's Shawn Wallace, and I am super excited to come to you with a special one today. I'm gonna be sharing with you on how I was actually able to rebuild my whole entire life and do it leveraging something I call special. And that's why I get to share with you here today. So it's your first time getting to see me or fall into my video. Hey, I want to welcome you. My name's Shawn Wallace, Digital Asset King, and I'm going to hop right into the meat of it because that's what you came here for. Finding something online that probably led you to want to learn also on how I rebuilt my life after losing everything, to uncovering the 6 keys to freedom that no one taught me, right? And I also put together a book you're going to be able to have access to. I call it my 6 family legacy keys, right? The shit that nobody passed down to me, right? So that's what I want to be able to share with you. And if you're still hustling, right, I want to speak to you. If you feel like you're still hustling to generate 20, 10, 20K a month, and you don't really have that time freedom, even if you've hit that number, but you don't feel like you have that time freedom and you really feel like you're burnt out, right? And you're not getting the results you want, still grinding, I want to let you know that it's the system that you really need. And that's what's keeping you really stuck. That's what kept me stuck. I want to share with you some principles, some things that really changed the whole direction of my life when I actually was able to do this. So that's what I put together. So if you give me the next 20, 25 minutes, I'm going to be able to share with you, and you're going to be able to discover how AI automations, I know we're hearing AI everywhere, but how AI automations eliminated 80% of the high mundane tasks that I was dealing with inside my business and in my life, really, so that I could actually reclaim my time and scale my profits in my business and my business. I said that twice. So I can scale my profits and grow my business, right, without having a massive team or drowning in tech. So that's what I want to be able to share with you too as well. So not only was I able to do that, I'm going to share with you exactly how I was able to 10x my revenue and simplify this with systems to unblock the true time freedom using AI, even if you're non-techie. Now, I help a lot of people, and I want to share with you right now, even if you don't know anything about AI, you're fine. If you know something about AI, you're great. But the biggest thing is you don't have to be techie to understand what I'm going to share with you here today to be able to 10x not only your time and your revenue, but most importantly, be able to create a legacy for your family. That's why I do this. That's why I'm passionate about this. It's helping not only myself and my loved ones, but also impacting the world now with this information, because it's changed my life and helped me be able to really rebuild my whole life. So I'm going to show you what you on how I was able to get a new fresh start. So what I'm going to be going over again is how I was able to 10x my revenue, my time, without hiring a bigger team. And later on, I'm also going to be sharing with you on how you can get access to my 6 family legacy keys book too as well, which is really break down my core, I want to say values, if you will, when it comes to having money just work for me so I don't have to work so hard for money anymore, right? So that's why I want to be able to share it with you. So in the meantime, before that, I want to give you just a quick video that's going to share with you a little bit about why I'm passionate about what I do and how I've been able to help others too as well.
Hello, Shawn Wallace here. As a father, my greatest pride is in seeing my daughter Antoinette thrive. My aim has always been to be a present father, guiding her towards a life without compromise, one filled with purpose and passion. In my journey, I sought my own purpose. I found in serving my clients wholeheartedly. I've mastered the art of unlocking financial security through digital assets, liberating myself from the constraints of the 9-to-5 grind and securing my family's legacy. My proven systems offers a roadmap to financial success, whether it's debt elimination, creating passive income streams through digital assets, or safeguarding your family's future. Talent may be unique, but technique is universal, and my techniques have never failed.
Just the knowledge alone. Just watching and understanding how a digital asset is formulated, deployed, thought about, and structured, knowing that puts you light years ahead of anybody who's even thinking about wanting to build a legacy of their own, to actually start passive cash flow. Because I believe no matter what it is that you have to offer, passive cash flow is pretty much everybody's goal so they can live the life that they want to live. This is the foundation for how that is done. And you made it so easy for one, not only just to get that asset created and put it out there, but you made it really easy so no one has to feel like they have to learn this stuff. You can just get started. As long as you got something that you truly want to share and give to the world, it's going to help somebody.
I am deeply committed to transforming lives rapidly, offering what people truly deserve without judgment or prejudice. Everyone, regardless of a background and appearance, is treated like family. I am Shawn Wallace, a father, a speaker, an author, a trainer, a certified digital asset coach, and cash flow expert with nearly 2 decades of proven success. I'm here to empower people like you to achieve financial freedom and leaving a lasting legacy.
All right, I'm here at Shawn's event. Oh man, if there's one word I would say about this event that sums it all up, it's just passion. Shawn's passion was, it touched everybody. It inspired me, and I think it inspired me to really think about what legacy I'm leaving for my family. What are the things that I need to do that I can live my legacy now, and then when I'm gone, I don't have to worry about my family. And that's really important to me. So Shawn, thank you again. You were awesome, and I can't wait for the next event.
I'm excited to offer you my insider proven digital asset secrets for free, and these gifts will instantly begin to transform your life, breaking the cycle of the 9-to-5 grind, living from paycheck to paycheck, and financially stressed. Our system is designed to help you achieve financial freedom and leave a lasting legacy for your family. It's time to take action now.
Right on. I want to thank you for letting me be able to share that with you. That just gives you some insight on why I'm really passionate about helping others really be able to understand how to leverage automations, how to put their passion in, or wrap it around their passion, I should say, or even if it's something that you're not passionate about, learn how to be passionate about freeing up your time, right? So by the end of this, if it sounds like something you're serious about and you want to automate and scale, I want to invite you to actually apply for a strategy call where you can actually learn how to build these systems for yourself. I have taught people my time mastery. I've taught people how to understand how to leverage funnels, really, but also most importantly, these family legacy keys, right? How do you create a legacy for your family? So that way you can pass down something where they don't have to try to do it all over again. That's why I've been able to teach all across the country, specifically more online too as well, but now want to get back out there as well. That's why I'm doing this, putting this video together. I want to help more people understand this, because technically when you have automations, you really can't just kind of sit back like a fat rat and let the automations work. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually share with you my proprietary digital asset blueprint, right? That's going to help you unlock the power of digital assets. Okay. I also want to share with you on how to generate a passive income and how to do that doing the freedom lifestyle. And that's what I'm passionate about right now. I can spend more time with my daughter as she's going off into college, and I can do this from pretty much anywhere. So that's why I'm really excited about, really passionate about doing this, because I can do it from anywhere. You know what I mean? And it allows me to do that, but without having to overcome or deal with any technical setup. That's going to help you be able to see. And also, you keep hearing me say this over and over and over again, because that's the whole purpose that I do this. You know, my daughter helps me in the background and help me edit videos, things of this nature now. And she can see some of the work that I'm actually doing, because she never really seen it over all these times, but it was always to create this legacy for her and our family. So that's why I'm always excited about too as well. So I'm gonna be able to share with you on how I'm able to do that. So I want you to take for just a moment, and I want you to imagine you're grinding harder than ever, but your income is stuck. Right? Because you're shifting, doing everything manually, and your business isn't automated. It isn't built for automation. Okay. I also want you to imagine this. I want you to think about this. If you keep doing what you've always been doing, are you going to keep getting the results you've always been getting? Right? It could be like more stress. I was dealing with doing more manual work, trying to do more work, but the work is actually manually getting done. That's what I was doing. And then still needing more real time freedom, not really feeling the freedom, because we're working. I wasn't really there. Shit, I don't think I was there for most of my life, because I've been trying to figure out how to not be there to do everything, right? Can you relate, especially as a solo entrepreneur? So I finally figured out a few things too as well. And that's what I want to share with you, is that more leads, and why more leads really don't equal more revenue, right? And I'm going to share with you something. It was when I really realized that when leads were coming in, I remember this one time, and I was able to master, I won't say master, but I was able to generate leads through ads, right? I was able to get a decent amount, 20, 30 leads a day. But it was to the point where I had to actually turn them off, because I couldn't get to all the leads. And at the time, it was just me, and I had like a little assistant. So to the point where I had those leads for so long that they basically got old. And if you understand the rule, how leads get old after a certain period of time, it got old, right? So I learned real quick that leads don't really mean revenue. More leads with a broken system really is a problem. So actually you're losing money. And that's the thing, that you don't really need more traffic, right? It's actually a combination of having the right automations and then having the right book calls and then turn them into buyers and then doing that in an automated process. That's the key. And that's what Latanya was able to figure out. That's what she was able to do. And once she was able to do that, her income went to a whole another level. I'll let her share with you on how automations made the biggest difference in her life.
But what is so exciting about this blueprint, guys, is just the details within it. You know, I have spent countless of dollars on products and programs and to assist me with digital marketing, but it was always missing something. You had to pay monthly, you had to pay more, and it never gave you everything. I was able to see the passive income here, and what it does is basically it's automated. So it allows you to truly experience passive income on another level.
And that's what happened with me. Passive income on our level only happens when it's not you having to do all the work to generate it, right? So AI isn't just the future. It's your secret weapon right now. We're like straight up. It's your secret weapon. It's one of those things we better learn how to use, because from client outreach to following up to product delivery, AI can eliminate, again, 80% of the tasks you're doing manually. So let me be clear here, though, too, as well, because we get this all the time. It's not to replace people. I'm helping clients right now. I'm helping my sister high-end agency. She has a staff of over a lot of people, right? But in-house is still an in-house staff of 8-9 people, I believe, that works actually in the office. And it's not to replace them. They're all nervous, and it's not to do that. It's to enhance and make everyone more efficient. What's really interesting, they can actually take on more workload because we're creating custom systems, right, and automations, if you will, but also AI assistants for the actual employees. So it's not to replace, because everything needs everything. We need them, and well, we need it more than they probably need us, right? But it's interesting because they need our information and where we have to go. So I want you to be clear that it helps with everything that we're actually doing, right? And you just have to figure out how you can actually do that. So I want to share with you on, here is how AI runs 80% of my business without me being hands-on. Right. So it instantly engages with leads the moment that they actually DM me. They auto book calls without back and forth with me. I really love that one. Right. They follow up like clockwork using my voice automation. I'm actually going to share that with you here in just a moment, because if you want to book a call with me, you're going to actually go through that process so you can experience it. They deliver products and reminders 24/7. And here's the cool part, right? No tech, no team, and no burnout. That's key, right? So these are things that you get to be able to now experience, which actually has you have more time back. Just from those elements alone is what really creates the revenue, because once you have more time, you can focus on things that actually generate more revenue, or whatever that is that you want to have in that freedom lifestyle. So now, again, I want you to imagine just for a moment that this is your system instead of mine, right? It's your system instead of mine. And then I want you to imagine these same core things are yours, right? Your leads are following up with you instantly. Right. The calls are booked without you lifting a finger, and the sales are made with you never having to chase a prospect. Right. I know that sounds, maybe too good to be true. And when it is, maybe it's not. Right. This is what happens, though, when automations and AI meet. Here's the key: real strategy. This is why you still need humans in there. We're the ones with the strategy. We still got to get AI out of the strategy, right, to really make things happen and go to that next level. Hopefully that makes sense. Without our strategy, I mean, that's kind of what makes it really wild as a whole. But we need to know what you put in shit, you get out shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of, we put in good stuff, you get out good stuff. You feel me? So it's one of those things where we got to look at what we're putting in. Makes a big difference. So the bridge, I want to share with you on how the bridge for me really made that difference. I kind of shared with you a little bit before with the ads. But prior to that, it was more about like me being the only person doing everything in my business, in my lifestyle, everything, right? And not knowing how to separate myself and get leverage. And it wasn't until I understood on how to get leverage and leveraging processes, and I started to see like, okay, how can I delegate that? And I tried delegating things of that nature. Then I was too micromanaging kind of, but I didn't know how to pass it off to where I'd have to be part of the decision making or any of that, is where it was really hectic. So at the end of the day, I still ended up doing all the things in my business. So I want to share with you on how I was able to finally cross that bridge. And when I crossed that bridge, that's where the absolute transformation happened, right? All the transformation happened when I was able to cross the bridge and get to the other side of being stuck doing everything and starting to learn on how to really not only delegate, but I said, okay, I'm going to learn on how this will never happen to me again. And that's when I started putting in these principles and processes, right? Because I wanted to understand for sure how I'll never have to build this again, right? I had to start all over. See, I lost everything, right? And when I say lost everything, I mean lost everything. I lost my wife, got divorced, lost the house. I lost all my finances. I pretty much lost myself, everything, right? So that was one of the biggest turning points and things in my life that really made a big difference. And even in business, it was like all I really knew at the time was a skill set. And that skill set at the time, before meeting this man here, as you're going to see right here to the right, but before that happened, the truck pulled up, right? So I was left with nothing, right? Pretty much nothing. And in that, I had to figure out how can I rebuild and get all my time back, because time was the most important thing to me. So I had to figure out on how to get my time back. Then what was wild was I didn't have any money to pay for the time I needed to get back, but I knew I had to invest into myself. So I wasn't afraid to invest into myself with this man right here. And he changed everything for me really in that time and day and perspective, because he had what I wanted. And it was that freedom and space and understanding on how to generate more money and create it from scratch. And that's what I want to share with you on what he helped me be able to do and pass them same nuggets down to you. And his name is Joel Bauer. He made the biggest difference in my life, to be honest with you. And when he did that, he showed me how to do another thing. And that was where the family legacy keys came from. He showed me how to take all of that wisdom that I was learning and how to package it up to now where like, okay, these are the things that I know I could automate and do well and then help pass off to other people to make the biggest difference. And that's how we got here, right? I was able to cross that bridge. I shared some of those same principles with my guy, Phil. He was feeling really stuck at the time, very similar to me, right? He was very stuck, wanted to be able to systemize and scale his business, but he didn't really know how to get out of that rut of working those 12, 14-hour days, right? So Phil was 42 and he was just like me. He wanted to rebuild, but he was unsure where to start. And he had been chasing success, but never had a system. And then once he had plugged into the same infrastructure, I walked him through today. I'm going to actually walk you through today. That's where everything actually changed for Phil, right? So I want to give you access to that same insight. But what did Phil do? He actually followed 3 simple moves, right? He followed 3 simple moves and escaped the grind, right? He was actually able to come out here and see me here in Colorado, flew out, right? I took him up into the mountains, man. He wanted to have some freedom because he was able to see an increase in his cash flow. First time ever, just from having some simple moves and understand how to get his time back, increase his cash flow. And that's where I wanted to start to share with him on how to start increasing and leveraging systems, automations, things of that nature. And that's where the knowledge and the system alone, he said, really made the biggest difference. So I'm going to let him share that with you because it's a powerful testimonial on how just knowing on how to start implementing systems in his life made the biggest difference for him.
Just the knowledge alone. Just watching and understanding how a digital asset is formulated, deployed, thought about, and structured, knowing that puts you light years ahead of anybody who's even thinking about wanting to build a legacy of their own, to actually start passive cash flow. Because I believe no matter what it is that you have to offer, passive cash flow is pretty much everybody's goal so they can live the life that they want to live. This is the foundation for how that is done. And you made it so easy for one to not only just to get that asset, create it and put it out there, but you made it really easy so no one has to feel like they have to learn this stuff. You can just get started next week, as long as you got an idea, as long as you have some value, as long as you got something that you truly want to share and give to the world that's going to help somebody.
So that makes me feel good because he was able to make a difference in his life. I understand how to start to leverage these skill sets because he was phenomenal, very smart, very articulate. And now he knows how to wrap up his knowledge and then get paid from automating the process that gave him more time freedom. So that's why I want to be able to share with you as well. When you plug into an AI into your business, right, it's a game changer. It's game over, right? I went from feeling stuck to scaling effortlessly. Right? Without hiring a team, right? And I also did it without working extra hours. That was one of the biggest things for me. I did not want to have to work any extra hours. Here's Joyce Pellegrini. One of the cool things about her is when I say non-tech, For y'all non-tech people out there, when I say non-tech, Pellegrini, Joyce, listen. She's definitely a non-tech person. She does not want to do anything with tech. And I helped her be able to, again, understand this process of plugging in these components so that way she could just do what she does. Now, what's really great about Joyce is she's a healer. She's not into all the tech stuff. She's into making people heal inside better. She's, I'll let her tell her story, but healing people from, I won't say her medical claims, but let's just say this. She learns how to help people feel better from the inside out and doing it at a high level. So that's all she wanted to do was impact the world. So when it came to like packaging up that stuff, listen, this lady hates tech. And this is what she had to say when it came to working with myself. She said all they had to do was just plug in her stuff and it was done. How simple is that? And that's what I'm gonna help you do.
Shawn is the only one that showed up, showed me what he had. All I had to do was tweak the colors and pop in my stuff and boom, 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 it was done.
Got to make it simple and easy. So that's what I want to help you be able to do, right? This is what I call my wall of power. And what this is, it's just clients that I've worked with, other people in the industry that are high leaders, influencers, people that have their own knowledge, resources, and things of this nature in different categories of expertise. And what's really common about them all, some of them in the high masterminds that I work with, they all have some sort of automation. Every last one of them. Every last one of them have some type of automation in their business that's helping them be able to grow, that's giving them the time freedom. That's the common denominator with every single one of those. And I want to share with you, here's another person that was brand new, had some extraordinary numbers, right? And did it in 11 weeks, but it was, again, from having a system in place that worked while she was able to sleep. And again, no prior experience to understanding anything about this industry.
Tuesday this past week was 11 weeks that I've been doing this business. I can't even wrap my brain around it, but I'm at 220. No, what is it? 220,000. See, I can't even wrap my brain around it. I don't even know that number. Like, I can't. It's more than my husband and I make in 2 years. I have made our income, both of us, 2 years.
Now, I can't say everyone's going to do those kind of results, but if you know how to get the right kind of, we like to say traffic, or understand your perfect customer is a better way of saying it. Getting in front of the right audience, knowing who your perfect avatar is, how to present a problem and give them a solution to it, anything's possible. What I want you to do right now, I have a screen here. We're going to play a little bit of a game, and then I'm going to bring it to a close. I want to show you the importance of what I like to call what you see here, a system. So what I want you to do is I'm going to give you some instructions, and I want you to follow these 4 moves. I'm going to give you 4 moves that I want you to follow, okay? And during those 4 moves, I want you just to remember the square. Now, there's a certain color square I want you to pick. Square. Okay, so I want you to pick one of the purple squares on the screen. Sometime I do this live in our live presentation. I can do this right here on this video, and I think you'll find this pretty amazing. So I want you to pick one purple square. I'll give you just a moment to pick the one. You should be able to lock it in by now, and you should have it. Okay, so you got your purple square. So now we're going to do a few series of moves. So move number 1. Now I want you to move left or right to the nearest gray square. Okay, it could be 1 space away or 2. Just go to the closest gray square to the right. Now, move number 2. I want you to move up or down to the nearest purple square. Not diagonal, just straight up or down to the closest purple square. Right? Once you find that, lock it in. Make sure you got it. Perfect. We're going to move on to the next move. Now what I want you to do is I want you to move from there, and I want you to move diagonally, okay, to the nearest gray square. So now I want you to move diagonally to the nearest gray square. It doesn't matter which diagonal, just pick the closest gray one from where you're at right now. Okay. You should be in the third row. Okay. Now, last move. Go right or down to the nearest purple square. Okay, just one last move. Go right or down to the nearest purple square in either direction. Okay. Now, you should have that locked in. Okay. Now, I couldn't possibly know where you started. I have no control over where you pick. I couldn't have made any decision for you. But if you followed every direction, something cool happened. I want to share with you, if you follow directions and you have the right system in place, the right blueprint, you can get paid. Maybe buy the right car that you want. Potentially have the right relationship that you want because you have the time freedom to spend with the person. That might be square you chose, I'm not sure, but that'll be me with a solution for you here in just a moment. But I also want to share with you on how, if you have the right direction and the right timing, understanding on also on how to have some money coming in on cash flow, you can have more freedom, maybe to travel the beaches of the world, having that right knowledge to have the wisdom to know on how do I get time freedom back. Most importantly, having that compass, that direction, that roadmap that help you be able to get there. For me, I love massages to be able to relax more and releasing the stress, if you know what I mean, right? Because I love spending more time with my family. I love being able to work out and be more fit. And I love not having to climb really that corporate ladder, because I want to ask you a question now. After I explain all that, if you follow the directions, do you remember your square? And by any chance, was that square this square? If you followed me closely and you paid attention, that should have been your square. And I'm sure it was your square if you followed directions. And that's what's cool about having a system. It's like having a crystal ball in your hand, right? Where you can know what's going to happen because you can predict on how you're going to buy the things that you want, whether that be a car, house, you know, that boat that you wanted to have, whether it's traveling or just spending more time with your family. What I've learned is when you have a system in place, you can definitely generate cash flow and money with ease. And that's what I want to be able to share with you is, how did I do that? How was that possible? It's because I want to show you and introduce to you what I like to call the AI infrastructure. It's the AI growth infrastructure. And it's what I want to do is help you to see and give you access to a done with you, right? It's a done with you system that automates 80% of your business. So that way you can scale without burnout or hiring a massive team. If that sounds cool to you, I want to be able to share that with you. So just stick with me for a few more minutes. And I want to share with you exactly what's all inclusive when you get my AI growth infrastructure. This is the same thing that I used as one of my assets inside of my keys to help me be able to get more time freedom. So I want to go through a few of the bullet points that you receive, and that way you can have a better understanding on what that is that you will have access to. So number one is definitely going to be the AI-driven lead generation. This is an auto follow-up, right? It's VI, voice plus DM messaging, all automated. I'm also going to share it to you. That's a $12,000 value too as well. The next thing I'm going to get, or you're going to get, is an automated content with system, right? To help you generate the content to get eyeballs and visitors to your system that works while you sleep. Okay, and that's a $2,500 value. And you're also going to get access to the AI sales bot that books qualified and closes calls for you. Love this one. This is one of the first things that helped me start getting my time back. That is a $6,000 value. And you're also going to get access to the pre-built SOPs. These are processes and systems that are already able to be deployed as templates and swipe files that any business can really plug into, right? It's a $3,000 value. So those are the main core components that really make it all work. That's really all any business really needs to get going, to automate themselves. And also what I'm going to help you do, so that we don't have to worry about any of the tech, is system install, the full walkthrough, right? So just put it in place for you and fully walk you through it. That's a $12,000 value. And then also going to walk you through on how ongoing optimization and support happens. So that's pretty just more, it's like an update from I still use Android, so it's iOS update, right? But just the simple updates that are happening and make sure you understand what's going on with the tools that are behind the scenes that's making it happen, right? So those are more of the support. And one of the things I really want to point out is this is not a course. Not a course. Courses are over with. I still like courses to inform myself, but this ain't a course. This is an AI infrastructure install. Big difference. AI infrastructure install, where it's going to be creating some infrastructure, foundation. Remember, I had to start from scratch. So I had to have something that was founded in infrastructure where it wouldn't fall apart, nor can it be taken away from me again. That was super important for me. So this is the same infrastructure that I used to automate my calendar, to scale my income, and to stay off the hamster wheel, if you know what I mean. So this is that same infrastructure. So that's just super important to understand. This is not a course. This is more of a done for you AI business infrastructure, and it includes a few things. So let me break down the things that's included again, in addition to what I already kind of just shared with you. You need strategy. You still need a strategy and a roadmap put in there. Make it work. All right. So this is a $3,000 value. Just the strategy and the roadmap on how you're going to make it work. I used to call this my 3 moves to automate. I created a book around that too as well. How do you just take 3 moves and start automating around your processes and things of that nature? So I'll help you get the roadmap and the strategy call put all together. And then the AI assistant setup and integration. You still got to get it set up. I still like to have AI to help me set stuff up as well. Like I like to use it for damn near everything, you know what I mean, that I can to free up my time, right? That's another $5,000 value. Also going to get access to the automation build out. These are DM workflows, booking, and follow-up. So it's the things behind the scenes that's really making the meat happen, right? We got to put the wording in there. Everyone's language is a little bit different based off of the business. But the frameworks of what's happening, what's going out, is fairly similar. That's a $10,000 value. That's really the meat that really holds it all together is the automations, right? That make it all work. This is what builds your time back, really. It's not really the AI, it's the automation from the AI, right? And then the system dashboards, that way you can track everything. See your KPIs, see your numbers, see what's happening, see your growth. I was going to say or not, but this doesn't happen. That's the whole point of having this in here, so you can see your growth and track it, right? And know what's working and what's not, right? That's a $2,000 value too as well, okay? These are all the things that you'll be able to get access to, okay? A few more things, you're going to have access to the onboarding, training, and templates. This is why I said this is not a course. It's like the last thing in here. As you can see, still has a value. You may not be able to plug in, you may still want to learn how this is happening. You still want to learn the nuances of what's going on behind the scenes. Totally get that. A lot of people like that. That's where you get access to the ongoing training and the templates, right? And that's a $5,000 value if you just was to buy the course and just get the training, right? So there's the training component of it. And then you have the optimization and support, which is 60 to 90 days. Should be able to see a big turnaround on the ROI, return on your investment. Well, I like to say that's when you get out into the market with relevancy, omnipresence, and intimacy, you will be able to see a return. But that's optimizing and helping you with your support. So that's over the next 90 days. That's over another $5,000 value. So I want to just share with you now on just the value, right? The perspective of it. I just now put my daughter in college. One of the biggest things I realized is how much school really is, but the turnaround, what is our real ROI? And it's really hard to say with the trajectory of where we're going right now with automation and things of this nature. So depending on the business that you have, right? I think overall, if we would look at the value and the implementation, we can easily see how this could be worth $200,000, right? Easily $150,000. But when you're looking at just a high-end employee, another assistant, that could easily be one new addition to the team at $75,000 with the right efficiency. So when we look at this from an education standpoint, you can easily see why clients pay $25,000 or even $10,000 to have their own automations in place. That's a real easy thing to see, right? What I want to share with you is, what if money was no longer a concern? Really? It's really not about the money at this point. They say it's really about the time freedom and the efficiency and having more time freedom, because time is more important than money. So what if money really wasn't an object? What would be the first thing that you would automate? What would be the very first thing? I just wanted to ask that question. What would be the first thing that you actually would automate if money was no longer a concern? I want to share with you a couple of ways that we can actually work together. I have 2 ways to be able to work together. I call, well, one is my AI performance accelerator. That's what I was calling it before I called it my AI growth. But that accelerator is still the same thing. And what that is just pretty much, I created that's the course side of things, where it's a curriculum inside. You can learn on how to put these automations together and build the automations, right? And then I have my AI business accelerator. And this is where I'm refining now into my growth infrastructure. And that's what I'm sharing with you. And at those price points, my yearly membership, that's a year membership where people get access to all the modules and inside me and make sure they get help and access to support and things of that nature. That's a $9,997 price point. Okay. And then my accelerator, where I actually customize and just build it for a business, do all the work for them, but they still have access to the membership so they can learn these things at their own, pass off to their team, things of that nature. That's my $29,000 program, right? And that's where I actually just do all the work. And just do all the work for my clients. They both have guarantees, money back guarantees. If you're not getting the results that I can guarantee that you'll get from leveraging these particular automations. But again, I'm not here to sell you nothing at no $9,000 or $30,000 on this video. That is not why I'm here. I promise you that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I want to work with some exclusive people, though, who are ready to build an AI growth infrastructure in their business. That's my purpose. All right, so I want to help you be able to do that. And what's the next steps? If any of this made sense, if any of this is talking to you, you want to make that happen, I got 3 steps I want to help you do, and I'm going to share it to you on how you can actually reach out to me, and I can see if you're a good fit to build one of these systems for us. So number 1 is just apply for a strategy call. I'm going to share with you how to do that here in just a moment. And then number 2 is we can analyze your business and customize an AI plan for you, right? So that's what I'm going to help you do too as well. And then number 3, if it's approved, we'll install it for you. So that way you can scale instantly and just focus on what it is that you actually love to do. Doesn't that sound pretty sweet? If you didn't have to really focus on, like I said, none of the tech stuff and just kind of can focus right on what it is that you love to do. Well, Lawrence was able to do that. Money was no longer a concern for Lawrence. I met him at a special event out in California. He actually traveled all the way from London, if believe it or not, which is super sweet. So it was very impressive to be able to meet him. And we talked a lot of strategy and obviously some ways to be able to grow our business. And he was able to implement just one piece out of a system and was able to really eliminate a lot of some things in his business too as well. But one of the key things I really love from here, he's seen the importance that I liked it about having legacy as a key component of life.
Yeah, so Shawn, you're a really kind soul, and I recommend anyone who wants to create a legacy for their family, for their loved ones, for their children, to contact you today. Because it's all about family, it's all about kind of passing it forward to the next generation, and you're the man to do that. So thank you so much. It's been amazing meeting you.
It was amazing meeting him too as well. It's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure because he is one of the top real estate investors in London and flew all the way out here for one of our masterminds to learn on how to really do just this, automate some of his business and scale his business too as well. So I have 10 spots, only 10 spots available that I'm going to be able to work with individuals who are serious, right? So if you're serious, I got 10 spots, and those spots are extremely limited because we only work with hands-on with each business. And if you want to be a part of our AI revolution, you got to really take action. Don't wait, right? Don't wait. Apply before the spots are gone. I only can do 10 spots. It's just me. No, it's just me because I want to be able to really spend that quality time with you, have my team work with you, and make sure we're putting in the right infrastructure in your business to help you get the best results. So what I want to show with you is how that's going to work. I actually put together a site. We're going to give you that link here in just a moment, but you can go over to ShawnDWallace.com/call. But what I wanted to show you here really quickly is what it's going to look like. Here's my own personal assistant, right? Just kind of give you a sneak peek of what that looks like. And you're going to be able to book a strategy call right here with myself. I get all this information. When you come on the inside, I'm going to show you how all this works. But this is me, right? And I program this specifically for the things that I want to learn about your business, what you're struggling with, what kind of tools, what do you need, where do you need help with, all of that good stuff. So you don't have to fill out any forms either, right? Let me show you how cool it is, and then you can understand the power of having an automation in place, because this is the kind of things that we're going to help you be able to do as well, and it's fun. Oh, I'm already muting myself. Check this out. You click the button, my assistant pops up. Normally there's going to be, over here, a little arrow that's going to turn on the mic. And then what you would have is an assistant pop on, and it takes care of the rest.
Welcome. I'm Legacy Bot, your personal AI assistant, built by Shawn Wallace to help you launch fast, stress-free, and with a system that actually works. My job is to guide you through a short onboarding to help Shawn understand what you already have, what you need help with, and how to build your system around it. I'll ask you a few questions one at a time and format everything perfectly so Shawn and his team can hit the ground running. You don't have to overthink your answers, just speak clearly and confidently, and I'll take care of the rest. Ready? Let's build something powerful together.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's build something powerful together, okay? We only got 10 spots. Oops, wrong slide there, but no notepad today. We only got 10 spots, okay? Only 10 spots available. And if you come in, I look forward to working with you and helping you be able to do that. So what you want to do, click the button right below this video here. You can go to this website right here, ShawnDWallace.com/call. Right? I'll leave that up for just a moment. You want to go over to ShawnDWallace.com/call and go through that process right here. It's going to bring you over to this website, and you kind of just see me following through with it. There's nothing here to fill out. Just remember that. There's nothing here to fill out. There's no form. There's nothing here. There's only going to be a button in the bottom right-hand corner. That's it. That's it. I want you to click that button. It says start call. Again, when you start that call, that's how you're going to get access. So make sure you go over to ShawnDWallace.com/call. Click the start call button. Speak with my assistant there immediately. Book a call. I only have the first 10 spots available. Okay. Once those 10 spots are filled, I'm full. All right. So I want to be able just to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to just share this information with you, because your success starts today. Right? It starts today. And when you join the community of coaches, consultants, I like to help everybody achieve their business goals together. It's another reason why it's very small, very intimate, because we achieve our goals together. And I look forward to helping everyone achieve the success that they were always meant to have. And that's what I'm going to help you be able to do. So take that action, go to ShawnDWallace.com/call. And I want to say thank you in gratitude for giving me the opportunity just to share this with you, share my story, my transformation, how this really transformed my life. And I'll be having to really keep it together sometime, because it's what really made all the difference in my life, for real. Grateful. So I am grateful for you for showing up and giving me this time. You could have been anywhere. So I want to say thank you for spending that time with me. It's funny because I try to keep this video short, but I couldn't do it. So whatever it is, I'm just like, hell with it. It's just going to be that. So hopefully you got some value, and you can see on why automations are important to just leverage, right? Get your time back, get your freedom back. Yeah, we want to make money. Don't get that twisted. I want to make lots of it, but so I can have freedom. And I can do more things for my family, my loved ones, and be able to bless other people, because it's just really just a tool. So once I stopped chasing it and started figuring out how it can chase me, everything really changed. And it all came from leverage, which is the first key in my keys. So you get the book. I'll be sending it out soon too as well. So with that being said, again, thank you and gratitude. Shawn Wallace, your digital asset king. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.